Today we're standing in front of Peter Crump Elementary School where a parent's child, special needs child, is being denied the right to a free, appropriate public education. She's being denied access to school. It's been 1 week since elementary school and all schools in Montgomery public school system started. And this child has not been in school for 7 days. We spoke to the DA's office about truancy so that the child is protected. It's not that the parent doesn't want the child to go to school. Katrina Johnson, Special Ed Director, in the essence of former Governor George Wallace, is blocking the doors to education. It's been over 50 years since Governor George Wallace stood in the doorway of the University of Alabama saying segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. And today we're seeing the very essence of the immoral act of denying a child education, the right to education, through the acts of Katrina Johnson, Montgomery Public School System Special Ed Director, who withdrew the child from Peter Crump without the parents' consent, without the parents' knowledge. So I'm going to step back and let the parent speak to you about what's going on and how MPS is denying the child the right to an education. We have documents showing that the child, and this is the child's home school, the child is not being given the services she needs at her other school, Davis Elementary. So we're trying to put her closer to home so that she can get her medication and all. She only lives 2 or 3 blocks down the street, and they want her to go across town to Davis Elementary, where she isn't receiving the full special ed services that she is required to have under state and federal law. I have a focus monitoring report from the state that Montgomery Public School System is supposed to be adhering to corrective action plans. It shows that Montgomery Public School System Special Ed office and department is not qualified. The employees aren't qualified. They are not abiding by federal, state, and their own board policies. The corrective action plan is not being carried out. So today we're here trying to get as much attention as possible so that this child who has already missed 1 week of school due to MPS playing games and blocking the door to a child's education. I'm going to allow the parent to speak, and then we're going to broadcast this, and I hope that you share this with everybody because it needs to go viral. You have so many parents in only 1 week whose children are being denied a right to education because they're homeless and don't have uniforms, because they're active military, because they're disabled veterans and seeking 504 plans for their children. And that department, led by Sophia Johnson, is not answering the call and not answering parents' 504 requests, zone variance requests, homeschool requests. Some parents haven't even gotten a schedule for homeschool. It's been 1 week since school started. So many children are out of school, and we're trying to abide by the DA's truancy law as well as the school system truancy law. But the school system, and Margaret Allen knows this because she is the head, and we've emailed her, they're denying children the right to a fair, appropriate public education. And we're simply asking that they answer the phone, answer emails, and respond to parents' requests to have their child placed in the correct educational setting for which they are due according to Alabama Administrative Code 298-9. They're getting, and when I say their, MPS school system is getting state and federal funds to provide for special ed students with learning disabilities and gifted students. But we see there is a disenfranchisement and an injustice going on because they take care of the gifted students first, and they leave out children with learning disabilities. They are truly the children left behind. And here's the parent, and I'll let her come out.
Hi, my name is Katrina Johnson. I am the parent to Aravia Daniels. She is currently a 12-year-old student that's in MPS school system under the special education program. I have been going through tremendous amount of wall barriers that Peter Crump, not only Peter Crump, but Montgomery Public School System has put up as I ask questions and try to get services for my daughter. At this time, the current situation that is going on right now, my daughter was placed in the last two school terms, which is 2013 to 2014, at 2014 to 2015 school year, in a behavior intervention program, which I, as the parent, totally disagreed with, because she was labeled, they're trying to label her as a child with behavior issues, but I have a child that has emotional disorder. She is a child that has bipolar disorder with psychosis features, PTSD. She has trichomania, which with the nervousness of her condition, she will pull hair. She has learning disability. She has other severe disabilities that will hinder her education if she's not placed in the proper setting with the proper teachers that will handle the situation. It's not that it's out of hand. The thing is that having the proper setting with the proper tools and the proper teaching and instructors to head it off, whatever the situation that may occur, and be able to teach her. She can learn. She has a severe visual impairment that Montgomery Public School does not want to recognize. Assistive technology, I've been begging for that since she came into the special education program. That has been denied, and it's just, the more that I ask for, not only is the services being denied, the MPS employees are coming more hostile. My meetings.
Are they retaliating, you think?
Oh yes, they are retaliating because of the fact that I am researching more. It's hard to get an attorney that is true to the situation that is going on and helping my child to get the services that she needs.
And what are you holding in your hand?
At this point in time, I am holding minutes from the IEP meeting, and that's the individualized education program that we have the minutes that are taken after the IEP meeting. And the meeting that we had May 9th, 2014, the behavior intervention program over at Davis Elementary, where she was attending at that time, Miss Gertrude Steele, who was the head person over the program, stated in that meeting that Aravia, her recommendation is for Aravia Daniels, my daughter, to return back to her zone school.
Where is her zone school?
Peter Crump Elementary.
And so you enrolled her into Peter Crump Elementary, and what happened?
I enrolled Aravia in Peter Crump Elementary. Disenrolled, withdrew her from Davis Elementary, July 28th, 2015, and enrolled her in Peter Crump Elementary on the same date.
And did the principal, secretary, or admissions person tell you that she could, you had all your paperwork, or she couldn't be enrolled at that time?
She was enrolled. All paperwork were submitted to the secretary of Peter Crump Elementary, and she told me welcome back, and she was going to be in the 5th grade, and they was going to be glad to see her.
And did you go to open house to meet anybody prior to the first day of school? When did you get notice that your child would not have equal access to education?
I attended open house here at Peter Crump on August 12, 2015. It was from 2 to 4, the open house. I met my daughter's Aravia Daniels teachers, and she had 2 teachers, and I met both of them, 5th grade teachers. And upon talking to the teachers, Mr. Shaw, the principal, came up in the classroom and told me that I needed to come to his office before leaving the building.
And the teachers were unaware of everything. They were pleasant, weren't they?
Oh, they were very pleasant. They checked their roll. They made sure that she was on their roll, which she was. And they was giving me pretty much an agenda of how this structure is supposed to go this school.
So, what do you think happened within 24 hours of open house and the first day of school that blocked your child from attending this school? You have documentation which shows that she was asked by the special ed or LEA to attend her home school, which is Peter Crump. So what do you think is going on?
At this point, what is going on is MPS is blocking the doors and denying access to my daughter into her own school, trying to force me to put her back in a school that serves no purpose. It was clearly understood in May 22nd, 2015 IEP meeting that we had from approximately 9:44 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. that day, the last day of school. It was clearly understood that Davis School could not provide the service. Ms. Jackie Campbell, who was the principal at the time, stated that the service could not be provided due to the allocation of funds that they are not receiving. So they're running a program with the funds not being appropriately given to them, and not only that, with the people that are not in place to handle the situation.
And does this child have a team of therapists? And what are their recommendations? Has she had an independent evaluation? What do you think is the appropriate education setting for your child?
Let me answer your questions in pieces. As far as this, she have a team that's working with her. She has mental health therapists. She has psychiatrists. She has clinical occupational therapists. She have, I have to drive her to Birmingham to UAB Eye Care to get services there for her vision impairment. For her evaluations, she has had several evaluations. She have had a neuropsychological evaluation that was done by the school at my request. And the evaluation clearly states that the school is not, one of the biggest problems, the school is not addressing her disabilities and disorders, which can be done, which has to be done through a manifestation determination.
Have you had a manifestation determination?
They're denying me a manifestation determination. Been trying to get a manifestation determination since 2013. They've been denying it.
So you're basically, sounds like you're trying to work with the school system and they're giving you some pushback. It appears as if you clearly have qualified medical evaluations and medical personnel who are telling you that she needs therapeutic personnel with her while she's in school due to the severity of her psychological and physical disabilities, which not only affects her learning but may also affect her behavior.
Correct. I disagree with MPS functional behavior assessment, and the 2002-2013 school year, and I put in for a independent education evaluation, which was given permission to be done by the Special Ed Director, Katrina Johnson. But it has not been done because of the simple fact through MPS, because they've been trying to hold it up, trying to give the Dr. Babcock the runaround, and just moving the child from one service to another service, not doing any research. Just the more they're doing to the child, placing her in services that they don't know if it qualifies to fit her needs, is hindering her more, making her act out more, and then they're calling that a behavior. The report that Dr. Babcock did do October 2015 clearly shows that Davis School is not qualified to deal with the situation. They have not been trained. They don't know anything about the child. They can't tell you about her behavior. The nurse just found out of 2 school terms exactly what Aravia disabilities are. She didn't know it was as severe as it was, and she found that out through Dr. Babcock. So it's clearly they're treating Aravia like a general ed child, but at this point, they're just hurting and hindering her education and hurting her emotionally, physically, because she's getting in fights over at the school. She's in a counseling session that I did not give permission. They fraud her IEP at her last IEP over at Davis Elementary School, putting documents, notations in of services that are being rendered that was not. Come to find out, this last IEP that was written by Davis School was, for the last school year, was October 14, 2014, and they lied and said that she was getting counseling, and they sent a referral home to me, and it was identified that that was not happening. Not only was that was not true, they did not hire a counselor, which was a guiding counselor. They did not hire the guiding counselor until January 2015. So they lied and sent this information to a due process hearing that I have put in place that did not go well, because that also was retaliation. So at this point in time, I'm standing here in front of the school, Peter Crump, where my child is in nobody's school. They kicked her out, pretty much out of Peter Crump. Mr. Shaw, the principal, said he was directed by Katrina Johnson to take her off-road here at Peter Crump. I came up here because I have another child to attend Peter Crump Elementary. And when I came to pick him up Friday on August 14, 2015, after school, of course, if you all here in Montgomery know, it was stormy. I parked in the parking lot, and I was going up to the door to get my son, and I was greeted by Mr. Shaw on the sidewalk, and he asked me, where did I park? Which that didn't sound right to me, and I said in the parking lot, and I kept walking to go get my son. When I came back, I wasn't in my car. I was going by way of a shorter distance to the car that I was driving. Mr. Shaw headed me off and gave me a yellow envelope, and he said, "This is Daniel's documents." And I reached for the documents, and then that's when he told me, Belgian Hill told me to give you these documents, Aravia Daniel's documents that you brought over here. And I'm giving them to you right now. And I tried to give them back to him because I didn't ask for them. And he threw his hands up and said, "Oh no, I'm only doing what I was told. We don't want this over here."
So they're saying instead of saying addressing the situation, we don't want this over here, and he didn't clarify what this was. So again, this child is being denied equal access. She's being denied full education. And where do you go from here?
At this point in time, I have emailed Katrina Johnson. I emailed her Friday afternoon.
Was that your first email to her? To whom have you been contacted?
That was my first email. I have contacted Ms. Hodges, Ms. Hodge, and Special Education, the state special education. I have sent a second certified letter to Katrina Johnson on Monday.
And this is for this school year?
This is for this school year. I sent that on Monday, August 17, 2015, which she have received it on the 18th of this month. I have not received any written notification concerning my daughter's education at this time.
Who else have you written, verbally spoken with, or met with about your daughter's situation from this school year and in the past?
I have exhausted all the way up to Thomas Bice. Dr. Thomas Bice is aware of what's going on. Everything that's in between there, I have been reaching out to, begging for help.
Does the current superintendent, Margaret Allen, know?
The current superintendent, Margaret Allen, is very much aware of what's going on. She pretty much stated in a meeting that I had with her that she leaves it to the departments. She gets her information, she gets it, and she gives it to the department heads for them to handle it. And I did let Ms. Allen know, so if the department head is not handling the situation, that means it's negligence on your part as well if I'm coming to you expressing that I'm not getting help nor services for this issue.
Well, we thank you for your time, and we're going to put this out as far as awareness to what's going on, and prayerfully someone will make this video go viral so we can try to get Aravia in the proper setting, which in my opinion, Montgomery Public School System is not the appropriate setting for this child. I think she should be in somewhere like Churchill Academy, which specializes in her educational needs as well as her other impairments, learning wise and behavior and psychological wise, who can help her. And if there are any other schools that are available, we need to reach out to them. But right now, Montgomery Public School System, in the essence of former Governor George Wallace, is denying your child equal access and equal education.
And I have asked for Churchill. That's where it all started from, for is moving her from school, out of her school zone. When I asked for the school to pay for Churchill, brought up to them about Churchill Academy, that's when they placed her in a matter of 2-3 months, they placed her in the school in the behavior program.
So right now your child is not in school, and we're trying to find her equal access. We're trying to get her to we're trying to get Montgomery Public School System to open the doors so that she may be allowed in school.
Exactly.
Anything else?
Begging for help, and please make this go viral, because all the people that knows about this, and many people that know about this, there's much help and much information put out for help to come this way.
Thank you.